It's that type of vibe right now.
We found each other.
We found each other.
I helped you out of a broken place.
Yes, I did.
Me comfort,
Oh, you comfort me.
but falling for you was my mistake.
Oh my god.
Put you on
I have to stop it there because it hurts.
Put you on top.
I have to stop it there.
You so proud.
Oh, I'm such a fool.
Bentley.
Such a fool. Okay.
That's some weak shit, bro.
Nah, bro.
Not the song, like all the feelings that I'm feeling.
That's
right now.
true, right? Damn. I mean, last weekend. It wasn't even last weekend. We started with a sad song too, bro. Are we sad? Are we sad people?
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, man.
I'm more sad all the time.
So this is a new season. Season 2, part 2 of what we have going on here.
Yes, it is.
It's still the same name you know and love. The Wine and Road Podcast with me, Jorge Luis Moreno.
And Angel Silva.
It's still us, but you see, we ran out of episodes to review, and we don't want to go back, and we don't want to do anything else either. And so now we have no topics.
So we're just gonna
Riff, huh?
gonna improvise for the time being, while we find our niche.
We did get a lot of recommendations. By that I mean like 4, and it was ghost stories, crime stories, our lives, and there was another one. Oh, I think the Marvel universe as well, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who gave
but
you these recommendations? Shout them out.
it was just like 4 people and my
They
friends.
commented, all your friends.
Yeah, this was through Snap. I should have put it on my Instagram. I have way more people on Instagram. Way more, dude. I got like, I got like 20 people, not like 30 on Snapchat, and then like 80 something on Instagram, whatever, man. But I saw you posted our picture, man. I was like, yo, he had forgotten about that. It should have been like 2 months later. But you came in when I had completely ran out of ideas, and you kept it going, the marketing strategy.
Hell yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Yeah, we got some weird comments.
You,
I don't know
oh,
if you saw
right.
some dude was like, "Hey, I want to interview you." I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
Dude, and though you already, I was like, what is going on, dude? We made it, right? And then I went to their profiles, and they're just like, they're like bots, obviously, no? Or like,
Yeah.
not bots, but like people looking for promotion. All right, so what do we have going on here? We have, did you know that banging your head against the wall burns 150 calories per hour?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just continuously doing it
Yes.
for an hour?
Dude, doing it for that long, you'll be dead.
Yeah,
But
you'll have burned off your that McGriddle.
have you ever reminded me of have you seen Jersey Shore? Did you see the episode? I think when they were in Europe, when Mike the Situation. No, I just said his whole name. Mike
Continue,
the Situation.
yes,
It sounded like a
yes.
fucking wrestler. Mike the Situation Sorrentino. I'm mad I know his full name, bro. That's my dude. I love that show so much. Why do people trash that show?
That's because they're kind of dumb people, but
No,
the
who's
premise of the show, right? Reality.
Yeah, they're not. You know what's crazy is that they actually ended up with the people they met on the show in real life. Like 4 out of the 5 characters. So
Yeah.
it's actually, we're watching real stuff. It's not that fake. Obviously, like they probably have
Yeah, it's
some set
it's-
scenarios.
It's scripted, but it's scripted reality. So
They started like a whole new. Actually, that might have started with Kardashians. I think they popped off reality TV. The Kardashians. Did you ever watch that?
They were more before. It was like the Real Housewives of something.
Oh,
And then all
oh, those are really old. Yeah.
and fucking Making the Band, another reality show.
All right, making the band. But those are like talent, bro. I'm talking about like nothing. like putting strangers. I remember when I first.
Big Brother was always a
Oh, Real World.
traditional
Never mind, Real World,
Real
no.
World near the house too.
Dude, I messed with. Oh, I man, I watched all of those quote unquote like reality shows. They're so good. I really enjoy just people like bickering and gossiping, like in a house. Yeah, if you put strangers in a house, I will enjoy the shit out of that.
You're just like living vicariously through them.
Yes, exactly. Because it's like I would not want to do that, but then I get to see what it's like, and it's just a bunch of drama. So, all right, so that's what happened with that. Also, did you know that
When hippos are upset, their sweat turns red.
They're what?
their sweat?
Turns red, so
Yeah.
they're bleeding.
Wait, no,
Then when
no, they don't bleed when they're upset.
But their sweat turns red. What kind of
bullshit science is that?
No, dude. All right, I'm gonna switch website. All right, guys, you found me out. I totally googled 100 interesting facts, and I just read number 1 and number 4. But it seems that these are not gonna be on point. So I'm actually gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pull an audible.
up.
I'm gonna pull an audible right now.
Pull up.
You know what we're gonna? You know what happened? You know what just happened? This is gonna turn a lot more spookier than intended.
Did you?
Google porn or something?
I did. I googled scary porn in Chicago.
Gross. Scary.
Scary stories. Look at the screen, bro. All right.
Oh,
No,
that's
but
some really,
no. But
some
I'm
really intense porn.
I'm not really gonna read these. This is just to
Well-
like set up a background, you know, in case you had any.
Well, I don't know if you ever heard of H.H. Holmes.
Oh yeah, the dude, the
That dude.
white city,
Yeah.
something like that, no?
Well, yeah. He was brought to life in the book, The Devil in the White City.
He was a real ass guy.
But he was a real person. He pretended to be a doctor, and he murdered many people, mostly women.
I did hear about that. Was that the
Coat hanger person?
Coat hanger.
he killed people with a?
Coat hanger?
No.
Are you sure? I think he would like kill pregnant women, no?
Well, he didn't discriminate. Like he didn't like specifically pick pregnant women, but I think he probably did kill a pregnant woman.
With a
Coat hanger.
Maybe.
you can
I
be
don't
thrown up.
remember specific murders, but
Hold on.
he built his house, right? And in the house he had like secret rooms where he would it was like one was like a gas chamber, one
He killed someone with a gas chamber.
yeah, like he made a house that specifically had rooms for him to kill them.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was like a maze. Oh, I think you told me about this.
It
So
wasn't
he
a-
set
it
up a
was-
whole thing, right, with the
Yeah.
architect.
Yeah.
That guy's freaking crazy, bro.
Yeah, and he was like, well, the architect. It's like a duo. The book is like follows two people, right? It follows the murderer, H.H. Holmes, and then the architect who designed all the buildings for the World's Fair.
What?
And like, all meanwhile, the World's Fair is going on. This guy's trying to plan it and make all the buildings and make everything perfect. There's this guy who's like just shows up in Chicago and he pretends to be a doctor. He ends up like killing
He just
this
pretends.
pharmacist
Oh my God.
and was it a pharmacist? I don't know. He ends up killing someone. I think it's either a pharmacist or another doctor, and he takes their practice. He's like, "Oh, I own this now." He's like, "Damn,
Holy,
it's like that, bro. It's like that."
oh my God.
And then he like he ends up making a house, and then the house has all sorts of secret rooms and tunnels where he'll like lock up people and he'll starve them to death, or he'll put them in a gas chamber, or
That's kind of wild that he
or
chose
he'll
the
torture them,
gas chamber.
and things like that.
What the heck,
And
bro?
it was kind of crazy because as he was getting people to build stuff for him, first he would hire them, but then he would never pay them.
Also, it was a scammer. He was a
Yeah, he would never pay them, and then as
like
soon as
Trump.
they like, so they could leave, and they wouldn't, and then he would get another round of contractors. And he wouldn't pay those guys either, and I think that served two purposes. Like he's just scamming, and then there wasn't a single person besides him that knew like plans of the house.
That was just him.
Yeah, because there's like each contractor builds like
Houses.
each set of contractors build a different part of the house, and then when another contractor came in,
He
they
killed
could see
him.
the previous part. Then he would like, oh, I gotta build this other room, and then when they were done with the room, someone else came and built another room.
Oh,
So each contractor only knew about what they built. They didn't know about the actual layout of the house.
houses. So that reminds me. Yeah, have you heard of the Westchester House?
Yeah,
It's in California, also with architects and about structures.
Yeah, that
So
one was weird. She thought she was being haunted by the people that died, that were killed by the Winchester rifle. Her husband, the one. Her
oh
husband
right,
invented.
build the rifle, yeah.
Yeah, and in order to keep them away, she thought she had to build her house and just keep building. The construction never ended, and she ended up with like over 1,000 rooms, I think, and like
Oh my
hella
God.
doors and windows.
I think
And
it's
there's doors
in-
that lead to nowhere. There's staircases that lead to the ceiling.
That's the part that I found apparently like the most like scary because it was like more metaphysical. I don't know how to describe it because it's like stairs leading to nowhere. It just ends. It's in San Diego, right outside of San Diego, I think
Yeah,
it is.
And her
Oh.
intention was to like confuse the ghosts that were
Confuse
supposedly haunting her, so that when they would follow her throughout the house, they would like get lost.
Oh gosh, she's the one that's gonna get lost, bro. And they
Well, I
could
did,
just
and
go
then,
through walls.
Supposedly it says that like I read a little bit about it.
Of course,
They
they go
said
through walls.
that she would sleep in a different room every night.
Dude, that is the total opposite of what.
Again, just to like stay away from the ghost, or yeah. So-
Doesn't she knows the basic rules of ghosts, man? That they could go through walls.
Well, she thought. Well,
She
of
thought.
course they could go through walls, but she's saying if she stays in a different room every time, she's like confusing them, and they're like, look, they can't find her. By the time they find her, then she's like already in a different room or something. I don't know.
And she's gonna be sleeping for a whole 8 hours in the same. They're gonna find her. First of all right.
I don't know, George. I didn't live with her.
What are the powers
I
of
just read
ghosts?
shit.
What are the powers of ghosts?
I don't know.
They could obviously go through walls,
How do you know it?
because otherwise a closed door would suffice
How do
to,
you know? How do
to
you
get
know
them
that?
from getting into your room. You know?
Yeah, how do you know it doesn't?
What do you mean?
How do you know it doesn't? How do you know the ghost isn't always in the room?
He's just gonna be chilling in the room. Yeah.
How do you know the ghost isn't always in
Because
the room?
it's in other
And
places.
he doesn't, and he only leaves when you open the door.
So he's waiting for you outside the door, and then when you go in, he goes sneaks in right behind you.
Yeah.
You got a freaking ghost playing tag with you, man.
No way.
Look, George, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not.
It's
Obviously, dude, I'm not attacking you, bro.
It's possible.
I'm attacking this lady in San Diego who wasted a whole ton of cash. She could have, if she really was feeling guilty, she could have paid out to the families. And instead, she wasted money buying real estate and paying contractors, making rooms to confuse the ghosts. If she was really about it, feeling guilty, you know, she could have just paid out the family.
Mhm.
Started good karma.
Well, I don't know if
This
she,
lady deserved
she
to
felt
die.
guilty. She just felt that the ghosts were haunting her.
Oh, she's probably like bougie. She was definitely bourgeoisie,
Well, yeah.
so she deserved
They're hella rich.
to die.
She was like 51% owner of the Winchester.
Oh, so
company.
yeah, that's how they became rich. So
She took ownership after her husband died.
yeah, R.I.P. No R.I.P. for him, making guns and stuff.
It's
Um,
necessary evil, George.
It is definitely. I just saw the first episode. Lost? Have you seen Lost?
No.
Basically, in the second episode, this dude pulls out a gun and he kills a polar bear.
What?
And I was like, holy shit, there's a fucking polar bear running around here because it's a tropical island.
Right.
And there was a polar bear about to kill. All right, whatever. I just ruined the second episode. But holy shit, definitely a good show, bro. I'm gonna start watching it. I am watching it. All right, so I just pulled up, continuing with the spooky, impromptu theme. Resurrection Mary. We've been there, right?
have?
The cemetery. That's where they buried R.I.P.
Oh, okay.
That's where they buried them. And in that road is supposed to be haunted.
Oh, where they pick up like this girl or something.
Yes, where you pick up the girl, and then she like causes you to hit something or something like that. So it says, Since the 1930s, several men driving northeast along Archer Avenue between the Willowbrook Ballroom and Resurrection Cemetery have reported picking up a young female hitchhiker. This woman is dressed somewhat formally in a white party dress and is said to have light blonde hair and blue eyes. There are no reports that she wears. There are also reports she wears a thin shawl, dancing shoes, carries a small clutch purse, and/or she is very quiet. So we got an introvert ghost that kills people.
Does she really kill people? I thought she just like gets in their cars and like asks them to take her home, and then
Oh right, that
and then
whole
they
story.
go, and then they go and get her go and try and get her the next day, or like go out with her or something.
And it's like dun dun dun.
And they're like, oh, my daughter's been dead for 20 years.
And then that's when the person goes, "What is going on? But I have her shawl.
Yeah.
but I have her. I have
It's
her
like the
stuff."
classic story.
Yeah.
There are so many stories though out there
Dude,
about that.
and those scared the crap out of me when I was little. I was like, "Yo, that's a poetic like ending, like, dun dun." But how could it be? And then the parents are like, "We don't know.
Yeah, that's like such a also like a cliche.
We
thing,
don't know
too.
what's going on." But how could? She died. she died. She died a long time ago, and it's crazy because we would go there at the time. Supposedly here's a burned section of the front gate of the bars. I don't know. I mean, she was gripping onto the freaking rails and she burned it because ghosts, obviously, aside from going through walls, they could burn concrete,
They got
man.
fucking heat.
They
got
got
heat powers.
They could freaking shoot fire, dude. These guys are supernatural beings, man. Sort of tripping off this lady who built the houses. How is she gonna build houses when these guys are shooting fire, flipping over freaking fridges? You know,
Well, yeah.
they're gonna
But
be
they're
able to.
confused. They don't know which fridge to flip.
There's just so many fridges. And anyways, who's to say that while they're building it, the ghosts aren't behind the people building it, just being like, "Oh, this is blueprint. this is how he's gonna do the shit." It makes no sense.
They can't read anymore.
Ghosts can't read,
No, they can't communicate.
so how come they could like draw stuff in the sand and spook the shit out of you?
They can't.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
taking.
poltergeist. That's not a ghost.
See, now we're getting somewhere.
That's a different classification.
So,
of being.
a poltergeist, as I understand it, is
I think
one that
I
actually
think
moves.
That's how they define it. Like a poltergeist is something that can physically move things.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's a
that's how
little
I
bit
remember it.
beyond a ghost, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a person that used to be alive.
Okay, so I have the actual definition according to Almighty Google. It says poltergeist, a ghost or other supernatural being supposedly responsible for physical disturbances such as loud noises and objects thrown around. So a ghost is just a ghost, but once things start moving, they turn into a poltergeist. Amazing. It comes, the origin of the word.
No, what is it?
I have it in front of me. It says from the German Pottern. It means to create a disturbance. And Geist in German means ghost.
Oh,
Put them together, you get. So actually the word stayed intact. It's completely German. Completely. There's no other root.
poltergeist.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
So basically, it's a ghost that creates disturbances. So there's nothing about bodily harm here. It's just about moving things around. Interesting.
I always really wanted to like do that though. Like go to one of those supposedly haunted roadways.
Oh, that would be so
and then
cool. I'm
just
so
keep
down.
driving until I fucking pick up the person.
Dude.
It's like, hey, what up, fam? Get on in. Homie.
All right, let's talk about this. How would we handle this, okay? We should do that. No, we shouldn't. Yo, this just hit me as soon as I said it. Wait, hold on.
Wait, what am I saying? What am I saying?
Hold on. Okay, all right. So we're driving, right?
Yeah.
And we see, what is she gonna have? She's gonna have. I'm just picturing like the Grudge along the road, but obviously no one's gonna pick up the Grudge. You know,
Right.
she has to look good. She has to look like a real normal person for
Right.
anyone to consider picking her up. If she pulls up like moving her neck around, no one's gonna pick her up. You know. So we're gonna be like, no.
Miss me with that bullshit.
So okay, so she's gonna play on her sympathies of a lost person. We have to pick her up. Who would pick her up? Who's gonna pick up a girl along the road in the middle of the forest?
Anyone.
Anyone would.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I
What
think
type of
it's
person is least? I think
least
a girl
likely?
is less likely because men, you know, they're gonna
Right.
they're gonna want to pick up a girl. But if it's a girl, probably
like, man,
you're gonna be like, fuck that bitch.
yeah,
You know what
I was
I mean?
gonna say, man, fuck that hoe. The
Yeah.
girls will be like, man, fuck that hoe. But
Yeah.
the dude will be like, oh, I gotta help her.
You're gonna try to.
She seems unsafe.
She seems like she's in need help. So probably okay. So all right. So we see her, right? And then you're like, yo, is that a girl? I'm like, oh, yo, that is. And then we're like, yo, should I pick her up? And we'll be like, I'm gonna be like, yo, does she look? I don't know. Like how does she look? Does she look like?
Like spooky and shit.
And you're gonna be like,
Well, no, not really. I mean, look at her. She doesn't have any like ojeras or anything like that.
I'm gonna be like, all right. So
She
we're
looks
gonna
fine, man.
so we're gonna give it a shot, right? And then we're gonna be like, all right, we're helping her out here. So she gets in the car, right? Oh no, wait! Before that, she's like, I need help, guys. Right?
What I guess yeah. 'cause
What is she
would
gonna
obviously
say?
Be like,
She would,
like puts her thumb out.
yeah, put in
maybe,
the
I don't
thumb out,
know.
or maybe
or waves or something like that to flag you down.
I guess it depends on how the ghost was feeling that day. If it was really trying, you know, pull up the thumb.
Yeah.
But if he was kind of like more lazy, they'll just be walking. All right, so then we pull up. Gets in the car.
If I see someone walking on the side of the road and they're just walking and they don't like make any attempt to flag me down or tell me to pick them up,
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's way less likely for anyone to pick them up.
Yeah.
Because if
If
they're
they're
just like,
walking, I'm like, oh shit, they
even
they
if
probably have
it's,
somewhere to go.
I think that depends. All right, so for this scenario in Resurrection Mary on Archer Avenue, I think the patch of road is along a forested area.
Yeah.
So that must change. Even if they didn't wave you down, wouldn't you consider it if they're like walking in the middle of the woods? That would change. You would still wouldn't. You would just be like, she knows what she's doing. She's not asking for help.
Right. Unless
Makes
you're
sense- makes
asking
sense.
for his help, then I'm not gonna help you.
Okay, so then we pick her up, right? How much that
I'm not that good of a person.
What
to be,
is
like,
yeah.
inquisitive and be like, hey, what is she doing? Why is she?
You could help your damn self.
Those questions probably won't like go through my head.
I don't think most people this must be an interesting study. What type of people would pick up just someone who seems in distress without any? How does that work? So they get in the car,
Right.
and then there must be chit chatting. I mean, obviously.
Right. There must be talking, so she has to talk to you, and then she has to like
The ghost has to be
tell you
convincing
where to
enough.
go.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, too.
What if?
Does it say like where people have claimed to take her or whatever?
Oh, it'd be cool. Yo, that's how you know if it's real facts. If they put up the address of where supposedly her parents lived.
Because I mean, I don't really know if this story ties in that exact same way to the ones I've heard where they take her. You take her. She asks you to take her home.
Yo, this is so cute. Look, on the Wikipedia it says that an artist on a 1996 album named The Artful Dodger, singer-songwriter Ian Hunter included the song Resurrection Mary, in which the young woman tells him with an incandescent glow who says to him, and this relates to what you said, where are you going? She says, I'm trying to get to heaven. Can you tell me where that is? Oh my God. She's trying to get to heaven. Yo, if anyone tells me that, I'm like, yo, you gonna die? You trying to die right now? Like, no, you're already dead.
Damn, my bad, G. Like,
That
I
took
don't
a
know where that
whole
is.
nother turn. So she's stuck in purgatory. Obviously, you know.
I guess so.
Why doesn't she shoot fire?
So he said. So this is a part of a song. That
yeah.
just,
So
made
he
it
like
up? Or did he
romanticized it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see popularity and theory. So it came from a 1927 auto accident in which Ana Marija Norquez died in an auto accident on her way home from the O. Henry Ballroom. It doesn't include No, it doesn't include anything about a destination. So the last sighting I think was like in 1989, according to this. It was in 76, 78, 1980, and 1989. Mary disappears, however, by the time the motorist exits the car.
So there isn't any. Like,
So there isn't the last part about.
there isn't a story where she actually gets in the car.
Oh right. So what we said is just completely made up. If it's not on Wikipedia, you know.
Right. Because I think that part I remember from those stupid books. More scary stories to tell at
Oh,
night. Or
those are
something like that.
fires! And then there's one like more scary stories to tell in the dark, and it has like
Oh, Tell in the
creepy,
Dark. Okay.
creepy, like super creepy photos, like disturbing black and white
Mhm.
photos. Those are fire books, like really good. I remember reading those, scaring the crap out of
because
me.
that story is in there, but I don't know if they keep it's
Wow, if it
like
derives from,
specifically related to Resurrection Mary or some other
damn.
instance where this exact same thing happens. But in that story they do in that book, it does say that she gets in the car and then like he takes her and then he's like supposedly liked her and he like tried to go get her the next day, like go talk to her the next day, and her mom was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
it can't be."
You know what? I think that version of the story, since it's a lot more complete and succinct, I don't know if that fits in there, succinct, but it must be an author who wrote it, obviously, you know, since it's so complete. Like, if it was real, because real things are not as complete, they just end like weird places. So in here, it says that it ends before the motorist exits the car, and that seems like a more real ending. So by the time they get to where they're going, or maybe while in the middle where they're driving, she just disappears, which makes sense. And then you're just like, huh, that was
like damn, didn't I just see a person right there?
didn't I just pick up someone? Oh, she never got in the car either.
Car. So he's like, you're driving, you see her,
And then you go
and
back.
and you stop to try and like get her in. And
No,
you get out.
dude, I just put myself
You
in
try
that
to get out of
scenario.
the car, and then she's gone.
Nah, that's even scarier, bro. At that point, I'm closing the doors and I'm fucking blasting out of there.
Fucking going out.
Yeah,
Peace out.
dude. No way. Who said a story? I'm about to bite someone's story. But I don't remember who the heck. So I think I don't know if this was the person who told me or if this was something I saw on. Oh, never mind. Yo, it's actually from another podcast. So it's called. I'll shout them out. It's called Mysterious Universe Podcast, where he told his own ghost story, and he's saying that it was an old lady, man. And I'll tell my dream too, but this guy said on the Mysterious Universe podcast, it also has to do with picking up people.
Mm-hmm.
He went to school in the University of Georgia down in Savannah, and he lived out in it's like a rural area. And while he was in the backwoods, taking a dirt road he would usually take, he saw like an old lady, bruh, like an old lady hunched over in the middle of the road, and he couldn't get past her. And then he was getting closer to her, and then she just disappeared, boom, in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that's the only paranormal experience he has ever experienced, and that it still fucks him up because he has no explanation. He has verification. He was with another person, and they both verified the account of that. So we're like, what the fuck, man? There are other things outside of this world.
Right.
In my opinion, at least, there are things that are unexplained so far.
Mm-hmm. See,
You know?
my thing is just and I've heard this, other people say this, and I agree with them, is if there was ghosts and shit,
Yeah.
why don't we already have undeniable proof?
Oh, right. That's like the Bigfoot argument. Why haven't we found them yet? If
Yeah.
there's a whole species.
We have so much access to technology. Everyone has a fucking camera now.
Yeah, everyone always misses it.
Always, everyone has something to record with or take pictures with, and
Yeah, if you multiply that, so there's 7 billion people.
right, our
Chances.
our Facebook feeds or all our social media feeds should be just crawling with fucking ghost videos.
Well, there are some, but obviously all the ones that we see
But it's
look fake as hell.
Fake is.
You could tell the ones that are fake just because of the quality of the camera. But there's some that are crappy. I think the ones that are crappy look way scarier. Let me just look up. Dude, did you ever get spooked by one of the jump scares when you first started on YouTube? No? never caught like one of those jump scares?
Oh, they're like, oh, look close.
Has it ever got you?
And then,
You ever gotten caught by one of those? Yeah, that shit feels extra salty because,
come on. Come
Yo,
on. Why would you do
bro,
that to me?
because mine knows yes, right? I was like, yo, ghost sightings and shit. I was like, yo, and then that shit caught me, bro. I remember the one that caught me was the one where there's a rocking chair, and then at the end is the Exorcist. Fuck, that shit I like fell out the chair, bro.
Yeah, the one.
Is this that one right there? Well, this is actually, it says 5 years ago, but I guess they re-uploaded it. Is rocking chair, scary ghost pop up? Fucking bullshit,
Yeah,
dude. That shit.
the one that would
Yeah.
always get people is the
maze, no?
the maze. It's like, hey, try to get this little cube,
Yeah.
little blind into the corner. You try to get closer and closer. You're all focused and shit, and then boom.
Man. Yeah, and both of those actually are using the Exorcist face.
Mm-hmm.
That face is scary, bro. I think it's like top 5, top 2 for me.
Yeah, that movie is just like the makeup. Whoever did the makeup and special effects for the girl,
1970
It's just,
something.
really good.
How are they gonna transform
shit
just a
scared
little
me as
girl
hell.
into whatever the hell that is? Should have made her
Scary.
green, added the
Yes.
cuts, made her eyes completely black, her hair, and the voice, which was actually an old lady who smoked a lot. That was her voice. Yeah, motherfucker, hell.
Damn, like it was a voiceover. Like
Yeah, it wasn't.
somebody was
It was.
talking.
It wasn't Reagan's voice. It was an old lady who would do the demonic voice.
I didn't know that.
Damn, man. And you know that for that, they actually had the room that cold during the shooting of it.
Yeah, I knew
It was
that.
like, and what they were actually fucking freezing. Fucking,
dude.
that's one of the
To
best movies of all time.
emote, fucking.
Demonic. Who the hell wants to search for that, bro?
I don't know. It's great, and it's crazy that like there are exorcist people. I don't know how do you call it.
Exercises. I don't
how
know.
you call people
Yeah, I
that
think
perform
exorcists.
exorcisms. Are
I
they
think you just had to
exorcists?
do that. Yeah, they're exorcists. I used to think that the exorcist was the person being possessed, but it's not. It's the person
performing exorcism.
performing the exorcism on the possessed.
Possessed individual. Yeah.
All right, so continuing, are you down or what?
Found what?
Resurrection Mary or any paranormal? Okay,
Yeah,
if you had a
I-
chance to do that, would you do
I
it?
would. Yeah. There's actually this other. It's an abandoned cemetery.
Oh
Cemetery.
man, so it's not upkeep. It's not upkept anymore.
No, it's in
Kept up with.
It's in some forest. It's called Bachelor Grove Cemetery, I think.
And it's abandoned.
Yeah, it's abandoned. It's here in Illinois.
Wait, how does that work? Doesn't the people complain about their relatives being unattended for?
Maybe I don't know.
Damn, that was R.I.P. to all
But
those people.
it's in a forest, right? And then there's like
It's in the middle of a forest.
yeah, and
Oh shit!
there's marked graves, but there's also some unmarked graves.
Wait, so you'll just be walking in the forest, and then all of a sudden you'll get some unmarked stuff.
Yeah, all of a sudden you'd be like in a cemetery, but a lot of people go to just like experience it because supposedly, obviously, they say that it's like super haunted, and there's ghosts that come up and noises and all sorts of crazy crap.
That reminds me. So what do you think about that album, yo? We might switch back to music just because.
I think it's fire. I think-
How on a scale of 1 to 10, how heartbroken was Weeknd, man?
Oh man, he's
Dude, he dedicated
He's
him.
fucking sitting on his couch, just like going through tubs of ice cream, crying. He just
Just so
asking
sad.
himself why.
Call out my name.
My man Selena Gomez was like, nah, fam.
Dude, he like. So I don't know how their story went, but so she basically left him for Bieber, right?
Yeah, she left him to go back with Bieber.
Fucking
Come on,
Bieber.
man. But I mean,
Who the hell?
my man's Abel still is a kind of a playboy, but
Yeah.
even though he like,
Cause
I think he's like, it's like low key. I don't want to say this, but he's kind of has a similar stance as with music as what's her face,
who?
Taylor Swift,
What do you mean? Like,
because she would like break up with people or people would break up with her
And
and
he
then
makes
she'd release
songs?
an album.
oh, right. I think that's all artists though. Except that we know the people, you know, they since they did famous people. I was gonna thought you were gonna take a left turn there, but dude, I was gonna say he has a line in there where he's like, "Let me fall out of love," right? He
Yeah.
says that. I think it's in one of them, bro. He's like, "Let me fall out of love," and so there he's using it on himself. So he's telling Selena, "Let me fall out of love first before you start, messing with Bieber."
Right.
And on Trilogy, on one of, since obviously Trilogy is made up of the 3 mixtapes he released, but I think it was called The Birds Part 2. He has he repeats that line. He's like, but in that song, he's the one. The girl is begging him to let her fall out of love before Weekend starts messing with other people. And it came full circle. Now he's the one begging
Dang.
Selena, like, and he used the same line.
Yeah, and there's also one line. I can't remember how he says it, but he talks about like,
It was so sad.
that he was just a pit stop for her.
Oh right, yeah, I remember that
He's like,
one.
No.
It was just another pit stop because I don't know, Selena out here catching bodies.
Yeah, cause she like.
I thought she was just with Biebs. Biebers.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know these
she's
people's
like,
lives.
I don't know her life, right? So, but she was with Justin Bieber, then she went with The Weeknd, and then now she's back with Bieber.
It's a fight. I'm just happy. All right, I might low key be happy when
And
artists get heartbroken.
I
man.
think it's gonna be. I'm excited because I think it's gonna be hopefully another trilogy.
You think so?
Yeah, because there's only 6 songs.
So I heard that this was just
And,
like a little mixtape, right? And he's gonna release something
Yeah,
bigger.
and the title, My Dear Melancholy, something like that.
My
right?
Dear Melancholy.
Yeah, and it's comma at the end.
So what is that? I heard people talk. What does that mean? I don't understand.
It's a pause, right? So
Uh-huh.
comma is a pause in the sentence.
Yeah.
So like there has to be a continuation to end the sentence.
Oh, so his next album is gonna be a sentence.
What's gonna be?
Wait, what do you mean?
It's gonna be a following. It's in the comma
Wait.
is an indication that there's
That
gonna
there's
be
more.
a continuation. to
So
this
he's
album.
gonna complete the phrase.
Right.
So his next album will complete the phrase. Is what I meant to say.
Or maybe it'll extend it, and then there will be another one.
Another
complete the
sentence.
phrase.
That's cool. When I first heard that he was gonna go back to his darker stuff. So all right, let's talk about that. He definitely went darker, obviously because he's depressed, but he didn't go as dark as House of Balloons, Echoes of Silence, and Thursday. It was still faster. It was still faster stuff, dude. Because in the House of Balloons and in those 3, he has full sections where he's just like harmonizing and there's nothing else going on. It's just the guitar and he'll be harmonizing for a full minute, super slow.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. And I've read that he said he stopped doing that for Starboy. He said that he thought of it as like some immature shit where he wasn't sure what he was doing. He's like, take for example the song where I'm going out for a minute. There's no reason for it to be that much,
I'm
you know.
just-
And for Starboy, he like got them together. But yeah, Weekend. I was late on Weekend, dude. Late as hell. I remember the Crew Love with Drake when it came out in 2012 or 2011 actually. I remember like being like, "Fuck this fucking singing guy, bro," because I was like hardcore hip hop back
Right,
then, you
yeah.
know.
Same.
That's before I was really immature in terms of my musical taste. I wanted bars. So when this guy came on there, freaking singing and harmonizing, I was like, "No, that's soft shit, man." And I was really into Young Jeezy at the time too. So
Of
Rick
all
Ross,
people, too, of all people, it was like fucking listening to Mike Jones and shit at the time.
dude, how have we grown?
Yeah, my music taste had actually really, really developed a lot.
That's
It's really,
good, man. It's good
Like,
to
it-
have a huge range.
it came like just like you, right? It's just super
Hip hop,
super hip hop, super like hardcore
hip
rap.
hop,
you
gangster
know,
rap,
like
dude.
Gangster rap, like
Yeah.
fucking Tupac,
Yeah, bro.
Biggie,
It's the 90s.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And we got stuck in that 2000s with who?
Yeah.
Mike Jones, fucking who else? T.I., Ludacris.
yeah
all
for the
of those
longest
guys.
time. It was like I was all about just '90s hip hop.
I always look for the hard beat. I never went for the
Yeah.
anything that remotely seemed quote unquote like musical. I'll be like, get that shit out of here, man.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, I don't know when it happened, and I just started listening to other shit. And then now I like,
Well,
there's a plethora of music.
I think for
that I
me,
listen to now.
my sister actually always maintained the duality in me because she was into reggaeton, bachata, and also because of Tere, shit, said the name, but her friend Tere, she was into rock from her sisters, so
Right,
she
yeah.
listened to rock as well. So we had like All American
remember, like,
Rejects,
Placebo and all
Placebo, definitely. So and she would bump that stuff like every morning before I went to school.
that.
So, and I still listen to those songs regularly. Like Placebo is always in my top played Spotify things at the end of the year.
Right.
And so I maintain that, but definitely outside of what she listened to, I never like ventured out of my fucking gangster rap, Young Jeezy type of thing until I would probably say until like 2-3 years ago. More than that.
That
Probably like in
recently.
high school. Like in high school, so like 4 years. Yeah, I was just straight up hip hop. I wasn't gangster rap anymore. I was gonna go like conscious with like Kendrick and J. Cole were like I discovered on my own before they blew up.
Mhm.
Facts. No, playing.
That was
but
cool before.
yeah,
it was cool.
definitely. I do have one memory of my freshman year, 2011, and I sat next to this girl. I forgot her name, but she asked me about like what I was listening to, and I said, and I was like, all right, who's the most like person that nobody would know? And I said J. Cole, bro. I was like, oh, I do J. Cole, and I was like, you know who he is? She was like, no. So that shows you at the time, literally no one knew about it. And I was like, oh, I got the fucking artist, because he
I
only
got the plug.
he only had
hook you up with that mixtape.
he definitely only had the warm up and what was the other one? The warm up and fuck, I'm blanking on the other one where he's holding the basketball. But that's all he had at the time. I was
Yeah, I
like,
can't remember
shit.
either. Damn.
What the hell's in it? Is the warm up and then it's
I don't know.
the warm up is the first one.
Right.
Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
Friday Night Lights. That's the one where he's not holding anything. But in 2011 he released Cold World Sideline Story. So
That was his debut studio album.
I remember talking to you about this, and I think I was too much on J. Cole because you were like, "Oh, you're fucking talking about J. Cole again," you know what I mean? Because I remember, yeah. And you were a college kid at the time, so you totally vibed out with his lyrics. He talked about J. Cole. I mean J. Cole. J. Cole talked about J. Cole a lot.
He's like, you know what, J. Cole? Yeah, I'll be J. Cole sometimes. I'm thinking about hitting up with J. Cole over here. I'm like, George, shut the fuck up. I get it. You like J. Cole.
No, dude, but I fell off a lot with J. Cole with what was it? I don't even remember the name of the recent. Oh, Dream. No, wasn't it? It was recent one. The most recent one he has.
2014 Forest Hills Drive.
No, the one, see, you don't even remember the latest one because nobody liked it.
What do you mean nobody liked it?
There was one after 2014 Forest Hills Drive that flopped kind of. It didn't flop.
No,
It didn't flop. He dropped the whole. You missed out on a whole album.
there wasn't.
There's a whole album after that, and I'm telling you, that's why nobody remembers it. It's the one that has Washing Clothes.
Oh,
Washing Clothes. Folding Clothes. I don't even remember the name of the fucking shit.
what the fuck is
So-
the name of it? Damn.
What is Isn't it? Oh, For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I liked it.
Yeah,
It's just like it's
It wasn't as popular as 2014 though, obviously.
I think definitely 2014 was his best.
Which was really curious because he didn't have any clear singles on it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, apparently.
But
It
if you watch the
Okay, dropped all of this.
the what's it called,
No what?
the documentary, the HBO documentary
Oh, I did, yeah.
on the For Your Eyes Only video.
It was a good ass
I mean,
documentary. There's like
album.
4 parts to it, right? And there's like 40 minutes each.
Really? I thought there was only just the one.
Oh, you're talking about the single one or like because
Yeah.
he released like 3 parts on YouTube, 40 minutes each.
Oh, I've
Where
only
he's
seen
like
the
in
one.
Sweden.
Yeah, I've only seen the standalone.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch
For
the
Your
other
Eyes
ones.
Only.
It's the build up. It talks about the build up to making I don't know if it was For Your. I don't know if it was For. I think it was a build up to either Forest or For Your Eyes Only. And he's like in the mountain in Sweden. No?
No.
With his crew. Okay, so I watched a different one. But
Because
I seen the
there's
other one too. Yeah.
Specifically about For Your Eyes Only, and he's just walking around his where he grew up in Fayetteville, North
Yeah.
Carolina, and he's like he'll play all the songs.
Oh yeah, I
He
did
plays
watch
all
that
the
one.
songs throughout the documentary, and it really gives the album a lot of life.
Oh, so
And
watching it
like-
from that point of view.
Yeah, if you watch the documentary, I think it makes you appreciate the album more and its story and its meaning.
Damn.
Because from a standalone, just like listening to the album, it's okay.
That's good, man. It's okay. No one is saying it's bad, obviously.
Yeah, because
I remember talking to you about this. I think last Easter, when we fucking went to where? Then we went to.
Olive Garden.
You remember talking about this outside of Olive Garden?
Oh yeah, I remember.
You remember talking about this album, and it was new at the time. And I remember saying, "Yo, he has some flows. The flows on I think it's Changes, when he's like, I don't know the flow, but he has a fucking fire flow on Changes. Like
he has some
towards the
really
end.
good
I don't know why
songs on there,
why
but it
isn't
just
that-
overall it wasn't a.
It was underwhelming. Would
Yeah.
you say, or just
Yeah,
okay?
It wasn't definitely wasn't on the level of, 2014.
Dude, you know what song is probably my favorite of Cole? I think it's probably Saint Tropez, man. I think that's probably my favorite of all time. I love
him?
Saint Tropez, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Two Cities
love
is
that.
nice.
Down, down, down. Yeah, that was good. All right, so we're off Jake. I don't know how did we get to J. Cole?
I don't
Or J. Cole
Oh, we
talking
started
about
talking
J. Cole?
We started talking about the weekend and then all this other crap.
So what? All right, what are some other pop stuff that you've seen? Let me go on my timeline right quick.
Some other what?
Some other like news stories. What do you think about Trump sending the National Guard to Mexico? Just throw some political shit at you. You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't read that.
I think he's sending the National Guard down to Mexico. He wants to start beef
For what reason?
because he obviously hates us. Obviously,
But what he's just sending it?
yeah. To like,
into
to like
Mexico?
to stop immigrants.
He's going. Are they going into
I-
Mexico supposedly?
No, they're like gonna stand outside.
The border.
They're gonna stand outside.
Gonna
Yo,
stand at the
this guy
border.
really treating it like a house, bro. Like, yo, he got security. He's gonna get security now.
in.
You can't get in without a fucking. You can't get in, bro. The club is full. Have you? Let's talk about that, bro. About clubs. I never been to a club. How are clubs? Tell me.
It's one of those. Some
Tell
of
me
the
about
worst
this.
experiences
One of the worst?
I've ever had.
Really?
It's just I don't know. So for me, like
So I have one
don't-
friend,
I
yeah.
really don't like going to clubs. First of all, because
First
it's
of all,
like, it's really crowded in there all the time. No matter what club you go to, it's really crowded.
everybody.
Uh,
All right, I'll just let you go, man. Just go off.
There's sometimes it's like it smells like ass
What?
because it's like people are just sweating.
Are you serious?
Yeah, people are just sweating.
It just smells like.
What?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they're sweating. They're sweating.
No,
they're dancing on the dance
dude.
floors.
Holy
It's
shit.
sometimes, not all the time.
Oh,
Sometimes.
okay.
It's not like
Like if you get there like late and everybody's already been dancing.
yeah, if you get there like 2 a.m. or something, it may smell like.
And
The dance floor may smell like ass, not the entire like
Dude, I
club
don't
smells
forget.
like ass,
I don't
but
want
the
to.
dance floor is like
Fuck.
really grimy at that point.
Oh my god! And and probably for them, they've been there. The smell doesn't, because they've been there the whole time.
Right,
You know,
so they're accustomed to it.
they're immune to it. You ever notice that you get accustomed to smells? Otherwise, you would be so overloaded by smells at all times.
Mhm.
It's kind of cool that your senses do that. All right, it
But
can go.
it's straight like
Alright, so that's the first point. It smells like.
straight
It
ass.
smells like like.
Dance floor can smell like straight ass.
the-
It gets really crowded. You get all sweaty. You're like your clothes get all messed up. Your shoes get all messed up. Your hair. It's like,
It's because you're just grooving.
yeah, you go in there looking good as fuck, and then you come out, you're like all fucking jacked, you're drunk as hell, your hair's all messed
Oh, I
up,
think the
your clothes
alcohol-
are- your shirt's like undone or something.
You don't know what happened.
You don't know what's going on. You're like just trying to
man.
go home. And first of all, like, and then not first of all, I guess I already said a bunch of shit. But next point is I just don't like to dance sometimes.
Okay.
And then,
But isn't there sections for people that don't dance?
yeah, I mean,
Like,
you sit down, but like, I'm really gonna pay fucking.
how
30
much is
bucks-
the fare?
30
Like
bucks to get
$30?
in or something,
Oh.
and then just stand there, and then also spend hella money.
Oh,
at
and
the bar
drinks. Yeah.
trying to buy drinks. When
Oh
I just
my
paid you 30
God.
bucks so I could get in, so I could pay more money.
Damn, dude.
But not every club charges cover. But
Egregious- egregious
traditionally they
things.
do though.
And what is like $30 is like average?
Yeah, between anywhere between 20 and 50 bucks.
20 and $50. I mean, that's
Like 50 bucks is like,
For-
well, I'm going home
fuck.
kind of thing. I paid 20
Smells
bucks
like
before.
ass, bro. That's funny.
But anything above that, I'm like, no.
Is there like
I ain't going in there.
so obviously there's variation within club to club. What would you say is like your A1 club experience? Like how would you like it to be? Like so less people. What's like your I guess I'm asking you to like recollect your the best time you had at a club. But when you're not drunk, you know? Because obviously when you're drunk, everything is way better.
Right, he's gonna have a lot of fun. I always have a lot of fun when I'm drunk. But
Is there like
don't
a
think- I don't
specific
think
club you can recollect that you were
No.
like, this is not that bad?
no, because it's
All
like
of them are not good?
I just don't like it. I don't
All
like
right,
the
cool.
vibe that
Yeah.
the clubs present. You know, because it's all
What
dark,
it's
it's really loud. You can barely hear your friends
did
or
I
the person that you're with,
Oh my god.
and like you're pressured into dancing or drinking.
Which
and,
if
like,
you're about it, you're about it,
if
you know.
you're in it, but it's like sometimes I'm just like, I'm not really feeling this, you know.
Yeah.
So I prefer bars, just regular.
Yeah. Just sit down, talk, chill, you know. Maybe some
Yeah.
dancing, maybe, but
And like there's this bar in Logan Square called Slippery Slope.
all
I'm
right.
sure a lot of people who listen to us
Shout
know
out
about
to
it.
Chicago people, which is everyone.
It's
Not really.
it's both, right? It has a bar, obviously, and there's just area to stand around and talk to your friends. You can listen to them, you can hear them. But there's also a dance floor. But the dance floor gets like really, really crowded,
Oh man.
and again, really smelly sometimes.
Wow, that's
Really-
so
Really
off-putting.
sweaty. You know, sometimes I'll go in there and just to dance and shit because it's like I'll be feeling the song. But other than that, I don't really like going to clubs like that.
All right, so point is, Trump clubs aren't even all that good.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about Trump no more, man. I'm going back on my timeline.
Fuck it.
You give him another fun fact. Hold on, man. Let me just give him another
Fun fact.
Give him, yeah, look up list.
George likes
Well, all right, let me see. You know, oh, yo, that was a request.
porn.
No, Pornhub specifically. Shout out to Roy. All right, let's do it. Rank the site, bro.
What are you talking?
Por-
Well, rank this out.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with this?
Yes, man. Let's just talk about. And also, my friend, she said porn is whack when it clearly is not. It's a very useful thing.
She's lying.
She said it was whack, bro. I'm not gonna say names, but you know who you are. We talked about this,
Okay.
and
What's her argument? Like,
she
said
didn't.
it-
She didn't really have an argument. Neither did I for defending it. I just said it was cool. You know.
it
All right,
serves a purpose,
no, but
yeah.
this is for that boy Roy who wanted us. He was clearly joking, but it was it was a suggestion. Pornhub, man. What is your type of prawn? All right, no. This is a better way to set it up. Not Pornhub specifically. How did you first? What is your story, man?
First time I saw.
I'll
porn,
share my story as well if I remember it. I think
I don't think I remember.
What was like your first like, yo, what's going on? What's really going on here? You know what I mean? When it was like,
I think it
Yo,
was probably
what's really going
my
on?
first experience wasn't necessarily porn. It it was more than likely just a movie
Oh, just the movie that had a
that
little,
had nudity.
that had an extra scene that was kind of wild.
And I was like, "Oh, what's going on there? Oh, what's going on down there? What's going?
Yo,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
sure."
Dude, we grew up in the time before we had computers. So definitely, my dad had a stash, you know?
Found the stash.
Super predictable spot, bro. I mean, I didn't go looking for it, but, bro, it was so easy. It was so easy to find. It was just in a shoebox, bro. And I was like, and it wasn't even like pushed in all the way to the edge. Like, it was like along, you know, along the edge.
Well, like under the bed or something.
Yeah, just under the bed, bro. And,
Open the box up.
crazy. It wasn't no crazy title. It was because it was Spanish, you know. So it was like Amor Incendido or something like that, you know. And it had some people on there, you know. And I was like,
You
fuck.
were intrigued.
And I was like, huh. But that was before internet, bro. That was a million times easier, man.
Oh yeah.
Did you have that? Did your dad stash? No stash
No stash.
that you found.
No. Well, maybe he did. Maybe he does.
Probably
Maybe
does.
he did. I don't know. I never found.
Have you checked under his bed, bro?
Never
It's
found
probably a
his stash.
Mexican dad standard. put that shit under the bed.
No, I had a stash here.
Oh, really? Where?
I would keep it in my
Yo,
in the
this
closet.
for all you youngins. Yeah, we're super dated. I'm
I would
I'm
keep it
still
in the
21.
closet, and it'd be like magazines or
Yo,
or
you had
DVDs
your
and
own
shit.
magazines.
Yeah.
Never had that because I never had money. Wait, how did you get the magazines? With your own money?
I don't even remember. I think that just sort of came across something. Or I think somebody gave them to me. Or,
Yeah, you had to connect.
yeah.
Because I remember even at the Arbolitos right here in St. Louis, there was some magazines though, man. But I mean, I'm not gonna freaking buy them. It's so funny.
Yeah, that'd be so awkward. Like
Yeah, like
going-
after school, and it was the perfect because you know coming back from school, that would be the move.
because it would be different if I like went into an adult store
Yeah,
and then like bought porn videos there. Like that'd be okay. It's expected.
yeah,
But if I'm going to the grocery store
yeah.
with my milk, I'll take this fucking
Fucking casual, bro. I like my milk with a little bit of prawn on it, bro.
what's that one? Backdoor Sluts 9. That would be crazy.
Nah, man,
And then
but
the lady would just look at me.
like
She's
wild.
like, bro, you need Jesus.
No, but that's what we think, man. Cause, all right, if I was
No, I'm
at
sure
I was
people-
in
obviously
retail,
They have it there and people buy it.
yeah,
But like, I would feel so like weird buying.
yeah.
that,
We as a
buying
customer
buying that at a
at a
just
corner store. That's what it was. It's not called Los Arbolitos no more. You saw? I think se llama like Los Hermanos something. So I think they changed ownership. But
Look at that. I don't know.
man,
Did not know that.
all right. So we did it. We talked about it. Our experience growing up. Well, what is your top? We're just gonna close off with this. I mean, let me see what are we on. This is for that boy Roy. You know, shout out to him. We're at a minute. We're at an hour and 2. All right, bro. Where does Pornhub rank on your sites? I think it's pretty. Dude, it was
Pretty
low.
good.
It was low before.
Yeah.
It's good, man.
Yeah, they went up. I think.
They went
I
up
don't
in
know-
rankings from last year.
Was it Pornhub the
Dude.
one that used to like only be like you can only watch like 5 videos a day or something?
Really? They had a limit?
Yeah, I thought,
Yo.
I thought it was that one, or what? Maybe it was a different one.
No,
But
I
there
don't know.
used to be a site,
Dude,
like that you could only do like 5
I
videos.
I do remember, you know, just like, but it's not
And
any
then you
that I
had to pay
remember.
for it after.
It's fucking whack, bro. Dude, who would do that? Did
But
you
I
have
never
you?
paid for it.
Yeah, never in my life.
There's so much free shit out there. I
Dude.
would never pay for it.
Yeah, never. Okay.
But Pornhub is pretty good.
Yeah,
They got
it's
some good content.
it's been ranking up.
They-
I mean, everyone watches it, bro. What's like the? Let's step back from our personal person, and just talk about it as a thing. It's a thing that people do, right? Obviously.
Right.
Why is it looked down upon?
Why is it a stigma?
Yeah.
Because it's like a private thing, like having sex. Like you can't.
It's fucking shameful.
I don't know.
Why do people? Is this from like? Is
Oh,
this still like
Yeah, it is a
religion imposing
shameful-
its shit on us? Is this still the remnants of religion? Okay, we just got interrupted, but yeah, origins, religion, whack. We're at 1:05 now. I think we did a good job here, right? We did a decent job
Yeah.
at holding our own, faced with the plethora of nothing. You know, we fought the nothing and we found some stuff.
Yeah. Maybe next week
we will actually have something.
have something prepared.
Yeah, I
We
think
apologize if you felt angry
that
that we.
so they're
came
probably
unprepared.
anxious. They were probably anxious. Like, what are they gonna talk about next? Because we jumped shit so much. Okay, so, yeah, next week we're gonna have a list. No, what the fuck, man?
I didn't do it. Just go. Move on.
Okay. Next week we're gonna have like 3 topics. We're gonna just jump through, right? Not jump through, but like go over in depth. And I think we'll do. You know what? We're gonna have segments. Definitely a scary story segment. I think in every episode.
Okay.
And definitely
Another
another porn.
porn.
Another porn plug.
We're always gonna end with.
Well, no, we're gonna review
Next week.
Today's website on review is
Fucking. What's another top one, bro? We're not going back. All right, so we're gonna have a scary story feature in the middle. In the beginning, we'll probably just talk a little bit about maybe pop culture, maybe what happened in our lives. We don't know. And then we'll see what goes. But until then, this has been season 2, episode 1, aka episode 7 of the 1 Year Old Podcast. I've been your host. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh fuck. Wait. I had to. No, we still don't have the. Wait. Let me check.
what?
Remember, like 50 episodes ago, I said I was gonna shout out the 11th listener.
Is there? Oh, we have an 11th person.
No,
Oh, okay.
but we have. No, we're still on 9.
I think people are deliberately just like not follow. They're listening to it, but they're not following us
Damn.
because they hate us.
They hate
Just
us
so
because
they-
they ain't us. Nah, bro, we love you guys. You know, this is what we do. We do it for you.
What about second breakfast? Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna go to the channel page and see if we have any right there. We have 6.
The YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 6, and I can't see the list of them. All right, we're not gonna do that. All right, deuces out.
Peace out, fam.